Oh gosh, I did not mean to do that, but we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. All right, so what you're gonna see is what I have to do when I'm setting up because I'm not finished setting up, but you can't ungo live. That's what you can't do. You can't ungo live. So what I'm about to give y'all is essentially the uh the outtakes. Yeah, we gonna look at this as the outtakes. Yeah. Do you under motherfucker? Do you understand? Do you under mother? Yeah. Son, 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 son. It's the Urban Therapy Son Show. You think it ain't when it is? Let's go, y'all. All right. So now y'all about to see how it happens. This is how it be going down. A down, 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 down. All right. So let me hold on. All right, let's go. Well, y'all know this part anyway. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and what we talking about today is you own it, you're owning it and admitting it. But are you fixing it? So you know how people be talking about, yeah, well, I know I messed up, but at least I admit it. I said, I know I messed up, but at least I admit. I said, I know I messed up, but at least I admit it. You ain't doing shit if you ain't trying to really fix it. Word. So we gonna get into it. Yeah, baby. It's still the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop the All right. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Turn on the Instagram side. Let's go, yo. How y'all feeling? TK Wright, morning, noon, and night. Good to see you on this Sunday. Yo, what a sight. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow, she about to turn it out. And Cherry Dana Dane. Cinderella Dana Dane. Cinderella Dana Dane. Yo, it's different. It don't remain the same. But everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. Think it won't. And everything is gonna be all right. And everything is gonna be all right. Still V-Day. Everything is gonna be all right. And everything is gonna be all right. Do your thing. Word. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. Yeah, and on this 14th of February, we talking about you own it and admit it, but are you fixing it? Yeah, I know you admit it, but are you fixing it? Yeah, I know that you did it, but are you fixing it? Yeah, you said sorry and everything, but are you fixing it? Yeah, you broke it like hell, but are you fixing it? Or do you feel entitled and are you fixing it? Yeah, I know you're going to do what you want, but are you fixing it? Yeah, you giving a little comfort, are you fixing it? I don't want to hear you admit it. I need you to fix that thing right now. I understand how it all went down. Yeah, we know that you did it. You know that you did it too. Why you trying to turn it around on me? Oh, yeah, it's not going down like that. Everything is going to be all right. If you don't rap, it's going to be okay. Hey, Cal Chamberlain, mi favorita. Cal Chamberlain, mi favorita is all up in the house. Good to see me some you. Good to see all of y'all. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, man. I messed up my hand last night, slipped on the ice. Yeah, I walked on ice and never fell. Oh, yes, I did. I have a story to tell. Walked on ice and y'all did fall. Yo, I went down like that, y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all. My shit was bleeding. I was leaking out all crazy last night. You know what I mean? I had a hand injury. And, like I fell. I did the Humpty Dumpty thing last night, but it's going to be okay. But it's going to be all right. I'm still going to make this shit rock tonight. And today, we do it our way. And this is how we play. It's going to be all right. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. We got some good content for y'all today. Let me tell it, we have good content every single day. And that's without a doubt. It's going to be all right. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. You think it won't, think it won't, think it won't now. So I want to say happy Valentine's to all y'all. I know some of y'all into that. I don't really do the pagan thing. But whether I do the pagan thing or not, pagan holiday thing or not, ain't nothing wrong with saying happy Valentine's Day. It just means it's acknowledgement of like or love or respect or gratitude or, affection or whatever. I ain't gonna hurt that. You know what I mean? I ain't one of those people that be clowning people who don't have nobody or don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? We have enough problems in this world than to be trying to make each other feel bad. And so I don't want to get into all that. We're not gonna do all that. We ain't gonna do all that. So with all that being said, I hope that y'all get some head. With all that being said, I hope that all y'all getting some head. I want some too. Might not happen, but it's still, y'all. With all that said, I hope all y'all get some head. With all y'all, with all that said, I hope y'all all get some head. I mean, even if you got a self-please, but you. All right. Anyway. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish. And the reason we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. And it is Valentine's Day. And it is the 14th of February. And it is halfway over for the month. And it is slippery outside. Mad sheet of ice covered the whole city. People couldn't walk. You know what I'm saying? I tried to go to the car. I was in the crib. I just tried to go to the car. My shit slipped. I was like, who put a banana peel on the steps? Who put a banana peel on the steps? But everything's gonna be all right. But I was leaking bad, man. I had to throw the tourniquet. I had to wrap my shit up, and I'm letting it breathe now because I'm keeping it clean. Make sure I got the make sure I did it up with the peroxide and the triple antibiotic ointment. So here's what my shit looked like. I got split to the white meat. It was bad though. Like I got the good blood. I mean, it stops bleeding. But that shit was running. I was like, yeah. Plenty of times I've cut myself deep and was like, where the blood? My blood be like, nah, we got shit we gotta do. We ain't gonna bleed. You know what I'm saying? But not last night. That shit was like, it was coming down. I'm rapping this shit. I couldn't stop this shit. It was all right. But it's okay. I can still beat on tables. Urban Therapy with Sun show. So today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are hold on, I didn't do the whole intro. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the but then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. This is a show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. Go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own behavior to see how we project ourselves into this thing called the universe and figure out this thing called life. So today, we're talking about you own it and you admit it, but are you fixing it? Y'all know how it goes. You know how it goes. You may know some people, or it may even be you. Like that you do some foul shit. You either do things to people on purpose, to either get a laugh, get a rise out of them, or you may be predatory to the point where you try to get money from them or try to make them feel bad. We all have these little emotional flaws. We've grown up. Each one of us have had different experiences when we have grown up, and it has made us into the type of adult we are today. So what I eat don't make you shit, but it might have me pissed. I said, what you eat don't make me shit, but it might really make me pissed. So whether you're talking about somebody lying, stealing, cheating, conniving, setting up people to go against each other, all kinds of shady things. There are people out there that will admit it. Like, yeah, I know my shit. I know my shit is fucked up. I do be doing little petty things. I do be doing little things to get at people, get under people's skin and things like that. But at least I admit it. I've heard people say it. Have you heard people say it? I've heard people say it. But at least I admit it. Like, what is admitting it doing? What is admitting it doing, though? Like, tell me how that helps me. Tell me how it helps the situation. But people do it. So we're going to talk about people who own it, because there are plenty of people who don't own the things that they do. Y'all understand what I'm talking about when I say own it? Like, there are plenty of people who don't admit what they do. There are plenty of people that'll tell you, well, everybody does that, or I was just doing what I had to do, or, like, what's the big deal? I ain't the only one. And there are people who will try to turn it around on you. Well, what about when you did this? What about when you did that? When you was younger, I remember you did this. When you was younger, I remember you did that. And I remember last year when you didn't do this and that, and you owed and you didn't pay back. I remember when you getting on me like I ain't your friend. Why you doing that to men and women? And I am grown. Don't be telling me what I got to admit or own. There are plenty of people out there who won't own things, who won't admit things, who will try to turn it around on you, who will try to deflect from the situation. And that might make you even more pissed. What's going on? Yvette Lucas. My people's Miss Yvette Lucas. How you doing? It's good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on through. When Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow! She about to turn it around. And Stacy White, it's good to see you right in my sights. Thanks for coming on through, all right? Word up. Word up. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. You own it and you admit it. But are you fixing it? Because none of it really matters if you're not fixing the problem. We have a fix-it problem. That's what we have going on here with a lot of people in a lot of situations. We have a fix-it problem. We don't have an admitted problem, an admittance problem. Many of us feel like, well, what difference does it make if you admit it anyway? That ain't doing nothing for me. All right, so you admit that you are a fuck up. That actually does hurt. I can't do the clapping thing. Okay. Like clap. Okay, you admit that you fucked up. You admit that you are fucked up. You admit that you don't have that much good in you, or that you can't stay on the path of a straight and narrow, or you can't seem to be the type that knows how to just let everybody do their thing, and you do yours, and y'all find a way to come together. That's not the way you are. Maybe you're jealous, maybe you're controlling, maybe you're possessive, and maybe you mix all three of those things in a negative way and bring a whole lot of negativity. And you know it. Okay, so you admit it. Yeah, you're right. I'm petty and I'm vengeful. I do a lot of things to make situations a little bit worse instead of making them better. But at least I admit it. What is that doing? What's up, Sucre J2? Sucre J2. I said, Sucre J2. Thanks for coming on through. Good to see me and have my eyes on you. Word up. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show, y'all. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So that's what we're getting into this morning. You own it and you admit it, but are you fixing it? Now, we probably have to talk a little bit about, can you fix it but never own it and never admit it? What is it about accountability that people try to escape all the time? Not everybody, but y'all know some people. I know some people. We know some people. We know some people that try to escape accountability all the time. What's so bad about accountability? What is it? I mean, we did what we did. Now, of course, our actions don't always mirror our feelings. Sometimes I know I've done plenty of things, and when I thought about why I did it, I'm like, I'm not really all that sure. It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you don't know why you did it. You might figure it out later. It more than likely has something to do with something that happened in your personal history. Cherry says, I own my stuff. I'm not ready to fix it. It makes me feel good. Okay. That's an interesting take on it. You own it, you admit it, but you like, hold on though. This is kind of fun. Said it makes you feel good. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel good, good. All right. So, okay. Are we good? We good? So that's what's on the menu today, y'all. That's what's on the menu. So we're talking about people who will own up to what they've done, but they don't necessarily fix what they've done. Is it that they feel that owning up to it or admitting what they did is good enough? So is that a way for them to insist that other people accept their behavior? You know, I mean, it makes sense in the grand scheme of things. It makes sense. Sucre J2 says guilt. So do they feel guilt? If you own something and you admit something, but you don't take any steps to fix it, do you have any guilt? Or are you taking the route that, well, that's just the way I am. Take me as I am. That's just the way I am. Take me how I am. That's just the way I am. Take me as I am. And a lot of people will tell you or request or demand that you take them as they are, no matter how fucked up they are, no matter how messed up they are, no matter how bad they do, no matter how, no matter. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from fronting on you, girl. All right. So let me see. Taki Zori says, people shy away from accountability because they don't want the added pressure of having to explain why they did what they did. But what if you seen them do it? What if you caught them in the act? What if there really isn't any escaping? You know, there's no way that they can say or try to, there's no way that they can say that they didn't do it. There's no way that they can't admit it. There's no way that they can't own it. Like, you caught them red-handed. Like, you know, in court, if you look at court TV shows, if you look at like the fake court TV shows, what should I say? Those shows that are really not based on real court experiences or litigations, but the ones that are based on acting. So you watch Law and Order, and you really think that motive makes a difference in court. The court doesn't have to know why you did something. They just have to know you did it. You think you getting off because you killed somebody, but you ain't had no reason? Like, y'all say that I killed somebody, but y'all don't really have no proof. Y'all don't even have no motive. It don't matter. If somebody saw you, if there are prints or DNA or something, other forms of evidence, you don't need motive. We don't need to know why you did it. It would be nice. They say things like, how somebody gets accused of murder and sometimes gets convicted of murder. But before the conviction, sometimes they will admit that they killed a person and hid the body. And so they'll be like, so the cops will be like, you know, the family needs closure. You know, can you show us where the bodies are hidden? Some criminals say, all right, yeah, I'll show you. And other ones that are still fighting their case, they're like, no, I don't have no body to show. I don't have no bodies to show you. So it's like, the family wants to give their loved one that they lost a proper burial, but it doesn't hold weight in court. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to, you know, don't. I don't want it to sound like I'm insensitive to, you know, people having that type of closure when have had when someone has killed their loved ones. We're not doing that. But what I'm saying is, in court, it doesn't matter. And just like in your personal life, if you've seen somebody do it, you know that they did it. They can lie about it all they want. I saw you. I don't need to know why you did it. You know, people try to do that and deflect all the time. You know what? Joe Biden did that shit while he was running for office. And I was like, why would you take that angle, Joe? He said some shit like, do I look like I would do this, that? And I was like, nigga, what? Do you what? Like you would do who? Like, we're not doing that. Come on, man. You got to get these votes. You about to fuck up everything. Do I look like I would? I don't know. Like, I think it might have been when they was trying to bring the sexual assault allegations on him, and remember the chick backed up off of that. Somebody must have went to go talk to her like, nah, we not doing that sexual assault shit. We ain't doing that. So you either going to tell the truth or you going to go somewhere with that lie. But that shit went away. But I remember him saying, you know, do I have the face of somebody who would, like, yo, man, if you don't go somewhere with that shit, you're a politician. You ought to know better. But yeah, we don't need to know. We shouldn't need to know your motivation. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who isn't up on a mental strength or whatever, so you can play them out. And some manipulative people will do that. They will take the motive route. Why would I do that when I got this? Like, why would I cheat on you why would I cheat on her when I got you? You know, whatever. You know, people say things like that. That don't have shit to do. That's your proof. That's the best you can do. That's what we working with. That's your shining star. That's your witness. Do I look like, or why would I do that when I? So nah, you know, we don't need the motivation. We don't need to know why you did it. So if I caught you, or if we caught you, or if somebody caught you, that's all that needs to be done. That's all that needs to be said. We don't have to get the whole team involved to co-sign, put their stamp on, or verify that you felt some type of way. No, it needs motivation. So yeah, the added pressure of having to explain. Nigga, it was you. It was you. Said it could be both of those things. Even if you saw it, unless you say something, they will pretend it didn't happen. Oh yeah, well, you got to say it right then and there. Oh yeah, I tell you, you a fool if you see somebody doing something and you don't confront them about it till later, if it has something to do with you. Because, you know, people will kick the old Eddie Murphy. Wasn't me. Oh, so you saw your man with another woman in a restaurant. You wrote down, or you took a picture of what they looked like, what they was wearing and all of that, but you didn't confront them right then and there. You waited all the way till you got home. Okay. Well, you already know how that's going to go. Some things have to be taken care of right then and there. Don't allow no wiggle room, because that you can get the lie prepared as long as it's not on site. Somebody told me that nope, that ain't gonna get it. That ain't gonna get it. Takizori says, doesn't matter, like you've already said. They have that take me as I am mentality. Okay. Well, some people do, some people that don't. Does that matter to you though? So when we talking about you own it and you admit it, but are you fixing it? I need to know. Are you doing anything to fix it? And on the flip side of that, you also have to ask yourself, if you deal with somebody who does own and admit the wrong that they continue to do, what is that saying about you? What's that saying about you? I mean, are you ready to own and admit that you are letting somebody abuse you? Because I guess owning and admitting things does go both ways. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking yourself the same type of questions you would ask about that you would ask of somebody who was violating you or somebody else. Well, why you keep letting it happen? You know, like the abusive husband and the wife who has accepted the abuse. So y'all been married for 15 years. And you mean to tell me that for 14 of those 15 years, he been whooping that ass nonstop? Once a month, once every, on a schedule enough to be alarming. That's what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Well, where's your part in it? Because if we're going to hold other people accountable for what they do, does that mean we don't hold ourselves accountable for what we allow? Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not saying that you should accept them asking you, but why you let me do it to you? Because that's more of that manipulation bullshit. That's more of that manipulative bullshit. But I think it does warrant the discussion for you to ask yourself, well, yeah, why am I allowing that? Is that what I'm doing? Am I allowing it? Am I just letting somebody walk all over me? Is that what I'm doing? Sheesh. Sheesh. Let me see. Am I on the YouTube side? Am I all right? Am I good? I ain't used to there being more chatter on the Instagram side than on the YouTube side. Like, y'all good over there? We good, YouTube? We straight? We good? Is my chat broke? I popped out the chat to make sure that it was all right. We good? No buffering, none of that crazy shit. We all right? Holla at me. Just let me know that the stream is good, if nothing else. All right. Sukure says, exactly. You have to acknowledge your part, even if it's just you allowing the behavior. Okay. Okay, Carol, you say it's good on your end. Okay, all right. Y'all just chilling today. I ain't mad at you. All right. Look, I just want to make sure I know when shit broke and when it's not. Want to make sure my shit ain't broke. We good. Yeah, but why would we allow abusive behavior? It can be a situation where maybe the abuser needs counseling and the abused needs counseling. Certainly there has to be reasons that somebody would inflict abuse on somebody on a regular basis. And certainly there has to be reasons why somebody would accept that. Even if the problem was just that they were fearful. They were, they might have just been scared to fight back. Plenty of people have had friends, so-called friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives that they were afraid of. Now, I don't know how you end up with somebody like that. Like how do you get started liking, loving, being in love with somebody that you are actually real time afraid of? Sucre says, because abuse isn't always visible in the beginning. I think it is. It might not be identifiable. If you're saying that visible and identifiable is the same thing, maybe. I don't think that they are the same thing. If you're used to being treated a certain type of way and somebody continues to treat you that way, then you may not see it as being abuse. I understand that part. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. It may mean that you are conditioned not to look at that as abuse. It's like let's take an example like people drinking. For all my drinkers out there, for those who drink or have drank in their day, have you ever been out with somebody who counts the drinks that you're drinking? Like they're not a drinker or they drink very light. So you order one, you order two, and they're like, you gonna order another one? To them, you're overdoing it. You're drunk, you're an alcoholic, or you drink too much, whatever you want to call it. To somebody else who is about that life, it ain't no big thing. It ain't no big deal. You understand what I'm saying? But you see the difference when you go out with somebody and they're counting your drinks. Like, oh, you gonna have another beer? You gonna have another shot? Maybe they know how judgmental that sounds. Maybe they don't. But my point is, when you see those different perspectives, a person that drinks as much as you do is not going to count your drinks. They're going to order with you. Keep going into the end of the night, whatever, or however it goes. Somebody who is a mismatch for you drinking wise, yeah, they're going, you're going to look like a drunk to them, straight up and down. They're evaluating you. Will they admit that they are evaluating you? Probably not. Well, I'm just saying, I ain't mean to make you uncomfortable. I was just saying, like we was out and you was driving. So I you know what I mean? But they know what the fuck they doing, I think. So I'm using that example because if somebody is used to growing up in a household where somebody was yelling at them all the time, somebody yelling at them all the time is no big thing. It's not a big deal. They used to that. That's a daily operation. It's no big thing. They are unfazed by that. But somebody who isn't used to being yelled at, hollered at, even just having people raise their voices, even they may not even be used to somebody calling them from the next room. Like they don't do that where they grew up. So that's going to be a strain for them. You understand what I'm saying? That's a strain for them because they're not used to that. And they may not be able to get used to that. They might not be able to get used to that. It's like, yo, why you yelling at me all the time? Have y'all ever had? I've heard that a lot. Like, I don't see why you yelling at me. I'm like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm talking to you. But I'm saying, your voice, blah, blah. I'm like, even though I might disagree with it, I can't discount for them how they feel. Cherry says, everybody listening, I guess they making Valentine's Day breakfast. Breakfast? It's almost IHOP time. It's lunch. All the way. Okay. Because I didn't start off, because it didn't start off like that. Are you talking about the abuse? Usually they have the best suitors, compliments, gifts, and attention. Okay. I think it starts off with a little bit of control. I know for me, I thought it was cute when he ordered my food at a restaurant. The crazy part is that I don't eat spicy. When he ordered your food. Now, what it's supposed to be is that, and he might have dropped the ball on this. If a man and a woman go to a restaurant, the man is supposed to ask you what you want and then find out what she wants for sure, and then he orders for the both of y'all. But if he orders without asking you what you wanted, or if he suggests what you want for you, like, yo, you want the spicy chicken? Yeah, waiter, let me get the spicy chicken. Yeah, the spicy chicken, that's good. You know what I mean? It's like, can you at least wait for the yes to come? So I understand to a certain degree. But I would identify that as being controlling in a negative way straight from the gate. Like, wait a minute. I ain't really with all that. Now, you ain't got to order for me. Because women do that kind of shit too. Yeah. Like, I might be a lot of things, but indecisive ain't one of them. I'm good at making a decision. We good over there. Okay. Takizori says, sometimes people don't spring their abusive behavior on you until they have you away from people in your life that might save you. I still don't see how an abuser hides his abuse. But like I said, your conditioning you may not be able to see it. For example, you got all these rappers, these female rappers, and these R&B singers and whatever, talking about how they like bad boys. They want a thug. They want, they talk about wanting that masculine energy. But when they get it, they see what it's really hitting for. This is not a game. This is not a music video. This is not a movie. It's not a play. It's not TV. There ain't no off button, or there ain't no equalizer on it where you can just, you can fade it down or turn it up to what you want it and equalize it to what you can stand and what feels good to you, sounds good to you, looks good to you. It don't work that way. When it's coming, when they set you up in the beginning, that's what it is. They letting you see. You didn't see it because you thought it was cute. Like Dana said, I thought it was cute. But no, he was letting you see. Like, this is how I do it. Once I get away with this, we just gonna take it farther and farther and farther. But this was the test. You let me get away with that test. Who's next? Go, 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 go. I can't do that. All right, Carol, okay, wait. Carol says, don't order my food, and I may not I may not want to eat that day. But you had to, oh, wait a minute. Don't order my food. I may not want to eat that day. Well, you was at the restaurant though. Okay. Oh, they can hide it well, but trust me, it's the little things that give you the clues. That's my whole point. So, all right. I want to tie this into the whole, you admit it, you own it, you admit it, but are you fixing it? So if you put somebody on to the fact that they're jealous and they're possessive and they're controlling, negatively controlling and all of that, they might admit it like, yeah, I am that way. And they might even tell you why. Yeah, because when I was growing up, see, you got to understand in my house, when I was growing up in the schools that I went to, when I was growing up, I remember my first girlfriend when I was growing up, and when I got into high school, when I was growing up, and as I became an adult, and when I was growing up, I remember the first time I was in love growing up. Yeah, when I was growing up, this is what happened when I grew up. Yeah, it happened when I was growing up, and that's the reason that I am the way I am now. Okay, that's all fine and good. I understand the point of entry. I see where things started to fall off for you. What are you doing for yourself to put it back? Because I'm trying to tell you that I don't like this. I don't feel comfortable. You don't make me feel safe. You don't make me feel warm towards you. You don't make me feel connected to you. You make me want to avoid you. You make me want to have to prepare myself mentally and emotionally in order to see you. I know that there's always going to be a whole lot of bullshit when you come around, and I don't like it. But if they don't adhere to that, if you tell somebody that you don't like something that they do, and it's something that's offensive, something that most people would take into consideration, okay, they may own it, they may admit it, but they're not taking any steps to fix it. What's the problem here? What we doing? What we doing? Hey, yo, what we doing? Hey, yo, what we doing? Oh, Carol, you may not want that type of food today. Okay, I got you. Sucre says, you'd be surprised at how many men who outer appearance is very masculine, but they are very soft and nurturing to women. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I know how, basically what you just said is that niggas be fronting, and I know this. This I know. Now you want to surprise me, talk about how many men are out here, acting all hard and masculine and macho, but take a dildo in the ass. Now that would surprise me. Like, you must be kidding. I never would have thought Butch did that. Okay, hold on. What is this bullshit? Okay. So, but yeah, bottom line is, when we don't identify behavior, when we fail to identify certain things, whether somebody admits it or not, we're going to have to take a little accountability for allowing what comes into our space. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, what's wrong with taking some type of accountability for what we allow? If you go around somebody who's whooping your ass every day, Well, you have to take some type of accountability for letting somebody whoop your ass every day, or for not getting better, at fighting them off. Have you at least told them that you don't like what they're doing? Because sometimes we just try to guilt trip people into changing their behavior. Well, I would like to see those areas where it works, where that has worked. Trying to guilt trip somebody. Predators do not go for being laid a guilt trip on. They don't go for the guilt. Manipulative people, they don't go for the guilt. They will turn it around on you and make you feel guilty for scolding them, for acknowledging the things that you've done. I mean, I'm sorry. They will get angry at you for you calling them on their bullshit. Now, when we talk about calling somebody on their bullshit, you got to watch out for that, because a lot of people act inappropriately or step to people at the wrong times in the wrong way, and they'll say, well, I'm just telling the truth, or I'm just calling you on your bullshit. And a lot of times these are people who are not responsible for calling somebody on their bullshit or for their perceived bullshit. Like, no, I don't have no bullshit where you're concerned. You don't have the right to call whatever I do bullshit. It don't concern you. It doesn't affect you. It's not even being done around you. So, but that's another thing. That's another way of admitting or acknowledging or owning their behavior, but they might not fix it. Like you say, you call yourself calling somebody on a bullshit, but you don't. Your approach to trying to get people to tell the truth, it's not working. It's offensive, because you don't even go to them to make sure that they even did what you're saying that they're doing, or that their reason for doing what you think that they're doing is really valid. Okay. Let me explain what I mean by that. Okay. For example, you could be the type of person that helps out people all the time. You might be the type of person that gives people money, will give people rides, will help out in any type of way, whether you're helping out in a monetary way, whether you're helping out in a physical way, whether you're helping out, through contacts and allowing them to be able to get resources and stuff like that. Well, however, and some people will say, well, you only doing that so people will think that you the shit, or you got a hero complex and all of that. Like, damn. So if I didn't do anything, I guess I would be selfish, and selfish and uncaring. But when I do things for people, then you're telling me that I'm only doing it for my own benefit. Like, I don't even care about anybody else. I just want to be the big man on campus. I just want everybody to say how much I did for them. Really? That's what we doing? Somebody who is hell bent on calling somebody on their bullshit might think exactly that way. That might be their MO. This is a dandelion tea and mullet. It got a little lime in there, sweetened with honey, raw honey. It's raw. This is good shit. I didn't have a chance to make no colon ream today. If I made some choline, then my injury would be all the way better. But I'm healing good. This is I'm impressed. I'm healing. I'm healing. Sucre says, men don't take accountability. Wait a minute. Men don't take accountability. Don't care if you address it unless you tell them you're done. Then they try to change, sometimes only for a short time. Women do that too. That's not just a man thing. You know. From my experience, I can't speak for every man. There are, men and women who only hear you when you say, all right, it's over. And it's a funny thing about that, because if you've ever addressed anybody about that, like the only time you seem to hear me, acknowledge me, or take any action is when I tell you that, I'm ending this, or I'm breaking up with you. Other than that, you just do whatever you want to do. You don't care. You don't seem to care. You don't act right on any level. You act wild. You treat friends like strangers. But as soon as I be like, well, I've had enough of this shit, then you want to straighten up and fly right. Like you said, Sucre, for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, whatever, however it takes for things to revert back to exactly how they were. Some people can't stand the thought of somebody cutting them off. They want to be the cut off person. They want to be the one that says, well, I'm tired of this. I'm walking away. The pettiness of adults is amazing to me. But it shouldn't be amazing to me or anybody else, because adults are nothing but children that grew up. The lessons that you learn, the ways that you learn how to win, the techniques that you learn as a child makes you the adult that you are. So whatever worked when you were a child, guess what? Guess what? That's what you do as an adult. People be thinking that adults just magically change after what? They become 21, 25, 30? What? Why would anybody change what has been working for them their whole life? It's tried and true. It's tried and true. Shoot, behavior does not have an age limit. Not for real, don't. I read it wrong. Let me try to get it right. Men who don't take accountability don't care. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Men who don't take accountability don't care if you address it unless you tell them you're done. Then they try to change, sometimes only for a short time. Okay, I understand that. My bad. This was in response to what you were saying about men. Yeah, men. I don't know. I know that with men or women, you have to establish some things in the beginning. Now, if you allow somebody to establish negativity for you, negativity and dominance of you in the beginning, you can wash your hands of the whole thing. It's over now. It's done. That is a done deal. It's done, son. It's finished, y'all. It's over, y'all. We out of here. It's over. It's done. No more to be said. Yo, I am laying that shit down. The rest is dead. That's my work. That's my life. That's my girl. That's my wife. This is trite. Yo. Oh, you weren't singling out men? Okay. That's cool. Some people do single out men. Some people do single out men, Miss JDX. Some people do. And sometimes it's justified. Niggas be, trying to make sure that they establish themselves with chicks. Abusers establish themselves early. And that's my point. That's why I say that I think there are clues of it in the beginning, but you have to learn how to identify the clues. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It is a daily go getimism show, and we are talking about you own it, you admit it, but are you fixing it? You own it, you admit it, but are you fixing it? You own it, admit it, but are you fixing it? I mean, we could actually talk about like they owned it, they admitted it, but do you want it fixed? Do you want it fixed? I'm of the belief that you'll do for yourself what somebody else won't do if you need it done bad enough. Of course, that's relative to different people's situation. It's not everybody's situation. Cherry says, I was never trained for those tests. You were told growing up, don't let nobody hit you. Bring it back to the subject now. I'm the controller and I like it. Interesting. Wow. What do you think about that, Jay? Okay. Emily Dunlap in the house. She says, because you have so much colon ream. You had it spelled right, but you put an L in it. So now it's colon realm. It is REAM. I mean, you was right there. Because you have so much colon ream, maybe even spelled, in your system already. So it's still working in your body. I don't know about that. I don't know. I know this. I like when my body works the way it's supposed to. And I hate when it doesn't. That's what I know. Sucre says, most people bring the best version of themselves in the beginning. They try to. I give it to you. They do. They try to. But it doesn't mean that their true self. Well, I think that what people say you're representative, I think that that's you too. It's just a part of you that you think is acceptable in order to draw people in. After a while, yeah, you go back to what's more comfortable for you. In the beginning, you may do what's comfortable for somebody else to draw them in. After a while, you start reverting back to what's more comfortable for you. But that's what a predator do. That's what a predator does. That's what a manipulator does. So a manipulator will tell you that, yeah, well, at least I admit it. Some people, some men wouldn't admit it. Some women wouldn't admit it. At least I apologize. Some men wouldn't apologize. Some women wouldn't apologize. This thing on the internet. There's this thing on the internet that suggests that women never apologize to men. Like the only way that they apologize to men is by giving up some ass. Well, what if he don't like your ass? No offense, but not all men that are with their women are there because that ass is popping. And there are men out there that still hold grudges or still stick to the script and the matter at hand, even when ass is offered. Here's an asser offering. So she says, true, but people at some point will see your flaws. Then you decide what you can live with. Yeah. We're all looking to be more comfortable. We're all looking to be more comfortable. But what we're talking about tonight is, I'm sorry, I keep saying it tonight. I'm so used to Dilly will get him in the show. What we're talking about today is, trying to get back to the comfort level that is conducive for both parties, trying to find some middle ground. But also, so if we're going to check the offender, we also have to check the acceptor. How many of y'all watched that whole farce of a trial, that impeachment trial this past week? How many of y'all watched that shit? And out of y'all who watched it, who was surprised at the outcome? Who was surprised that the Senate voted not to impeach? I mean, not to convict. He's impeached. He's officially impeached twice. The impeachment was the trial, but no conviction. Who was surprised about that? I wasn't. And they talk about how good the House's case against Donald Trump was, all this evidence, all this video, everything, all of this evidence that should be a slam dunk for conviction. But it didn't happen. Was anybody surprised about that? I wasn't. We kind of knew. We have had some surprises. But the thing is, we didn't expect them to be any different than they've been. And why would we? Why would we expect them to be any different than they've already been? Excuse me, y'all. Why would we expect them to perform differently than they have been performing all along? Why would we expect different? What reasons, what proof, what evidence did we have to say that, to think that the Republicans in the Senate, who had been allowing Donald Trump to do his dirt and cover it up and make excuses for it and all that stuff for the past 4 years, why would we expect them to all of a sudden turn around? Oh, because they were actually in danger too. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter. We've had to accept that they are who they are. We also had to accept that the president who he was. And even when he isn't president anymore, he's still exactly who and what he was. So this trial, it was just a technicality. It was a theater. It was a show. It was a show. But we knew the ending. We knew it. The same way as when we accept the negative behavior that someone has insisted on performing and displaying to us. If we accept that, we gotta eat that. We can't come back later on and be like, well, why didn't you stop doing it? Maybe you should ask yourself, why didn't I stop accepting it? Well, I'm stopping now. Okay. Well, they're going to stop now. If you have truly rejected it this time. And the truth and the proof of your rejection will be that you won't allow it no more. No more. And not doing something anymore versus moderation is what separates the men from the boys. You either still take drugs or you don't. That's it. There ain't no middle ground. You either have a clean body or you don't. That's it. If you still indulge every once in a while, you're still a user. You may not be an abuser, but you're still a user. Same thing with drinking. You either are a drinker or you're not. Well, people say, oh, well, I'm not much of a drinker. You is or you ain't. Okay, it may be true. You may not be much of a drinker, but guess what? You drink when it compels you. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but you gotta own that. You gotta accept that. I'm sorry. You gotta own that. You need to admit that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not the drinker that I used to be. I slowed down a lot. I ain't got a problem with that. I don't. Maybe somebody else who knows more of your destructive behavior, if that's what encompasses you and your drinking, okay. That may not be good enough for them. And in the case of drugs, people don't want to hear that you still sniff coke, or that you still bang it in your arm every now and then, because you're not clean. But you either is or you ain't. You either is or you ain't. So do you admit it? Do you acknowledge it? Do you own it? I'm a drinker. Yeah, I drink every now and then. No big deal. You own that. If you've slowed down, if you stop blacking out, if you stop drinking to get drunk, if you stop practicing reckless behavior, guess what? You're fixing it. Yes, you are actually fixing it. You are owning it, you are admitting it, and you're fixing it. We can't say that you're not. You are. You on your shit. You are on your shit. And if you worked on it a little bit, you can work on it a lot. If you worked on it some, you can work on it more. Cal Chamberlain says, I really wanted to think they had some decency, but alas, the taxpayers will pay for the beer. You knew damn well. You knew what they was going to vote. You know what I mean? You know me, Favorita. You knew because me and you talked. You knew. Wasn't a snowball chance in hell. Listen, if they would have voted to convict, we'd have lost our shit. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What they doing? We would have been more comfortable. We was talking about being getting to a level where it's more comfortable for yourself. We would have been less comfortable if they would have actually did it. Like, we ain't ready for that. Cal, we ain't ready for that. We ain't ready. We ain't ready. We ain't ready for people to do the so-called right thing. We ain't ready for that. Nah. They'd have scared the shit out of us. You know what I mean? We'd have been fucking around with prayer beads and doing Hail Marys and you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do a seance and channeling the ancestors, and so like, yo, you know what I mean? The motherfuckers convicted. They actually went through and convicted the boy. Well, what are we doing? What are they setting us up for? What are they setting us up for? What is this change that's going on? We knew because they gave us. They made us accept who they were. But I tell you this, Miss Chamberlain, mi favorita, they ain't admit shit. You ain't gonna hear them say, yeah, I fucked up, I made a mistake, or I continue to make mistakes, or our party, whether you're talking about Republicans or Democrats, have some holes in them. We don't do some things right. They they admitting owning game is on bullshit. Think about it. The boy Kevin McCarthy. The boy Kevin McCarthy says that on January 6th, when the whole shit was going down, you know, he talked to Donald Trump and he told him to cut the bullshit and you know he needed to do this, and he acknowledged that he was responsible for it and all of that, and he fucking backtracked all that shit, retracted all of it. Nah. I was tripping at the time. I was tripping at the time. I was tripping at the time. I didn't know what I was saying because I was tripping at the time. I must have been drinking my goddamn self. I don't know what the hell was going on. Mental health, you can chalk it up to that. I'll admit to that, but I ain't admitting to none of that bullshit. That's where we at. That's word. Yeah. And that's the truth. That's true. That's how we do. Yeah. We ain't expect them motherfuckers who been riding with him all that time. All them the plaintiffs put together a compelling case. They talking about how they got the Trump lawyers on their heels. They have to redo their strategy because they didn't really expect the Democrats to come like that. And like, what the fuck is you talking about? If I ain't heard more of a crock of shit, what have I heard? Back in 1995, we thought O.J. Simpson was losing that trial, didn't we? Unless we saw it. Unless we understood it. So, people who didn't watch it was surprised as hell when he won. People who had been watching it was like, how could he lose? What was it, 2013? Did y'all watch the Trayvon Martin case? Because I remember the prosecution put up such a weak case. It was horrible. I was like, ain't no way they gonna win this shit. And they didn't. It was terrible. But what that looked like to me was like a setup. I was like, there's no way that you couldn't put together a better case, a better argument than this. Meanwhile, the defense was all on their shit. They was on their shit. They had witnesses. They had character witnesses. They had shit. They was ready. They was ready. The prosecution, I was like, y'all motherfuckers dropped the ball. The Trayvon Martin prosecution was sort of like the O.J. Simpson prosecution. Or should I say the George Zimmerman prosecution? Crazy J2 says the Republican Senate has been consistent. They have no changes. They ain't been flip-flopping and being wishy-washy and trying to go over to the other side or saying that they made mistakes or that they were unsure. Why was we looking for them to do that? Because it's the right thing. What the fuck is the right thing? It's politics. There's no right thing. Oh, you meant the right wing. That is the thing. Oh, you did mean the right thing. Oh, no, there's no right thing. There's a right wing, not the right thing. There's a right wing, not the right thing. There's a right wing, not the right thing. There's a right wing, not the... There's a right wing, but no right thing. If you was on that shit, you need a Breitling. I'm talking about a watch, because you don't know the time. If you really thought they was going to convict Donald Trump of a crime, get the fuck out of here. They said that motherfucker could do whatever he want. And they all said, no, don't front. They said that this is his party and you want to come through, bring shit. It's still the Trump Republican Party. You ain't gotta like it. It is what it is. What up, Peters Wanda? Peters, Wanda, Peters, Wanda, Peters. Thanks for coming on through. Good to see me, some you. That's word. Carol says, I had to have hope, Omar. I understand, man. Let's concentrate on something we can do. You know? So what we can do is we can change ourselves and we can change the way that people treat us based on the change that we have made in ourselves. You can't expect anybody to treat you better than you will allow them to treat you, because you have to understand that they have their own motivation. They have their own ways of getting comfortable, of getting of things that benefit them and things like that. And it's different from you. They have a different agenda than you. And when you're dealing with somebody who has a different agenda than you, but you accept their agenda, like, but he's okay, but he's all right, but he's okay, but he's he's okay, he's all right, he do a little fucked up shit, but who don't do that too? He's all right, yeah, he's okay, yeah, the Lord knows his heart, yo, the Lord knows his heart, yo. I said the Lord knows his heart. Yo, don't be speaking for the Lord. I understand when you say the Lord God knows my heart. All right, maybe he does. I wouldn't deny that he does, but don't tell me that he knows somebody else's heart. And why would you give the Lord credit for knowing somebody's heart that's fucking you over? Somebody that's dissing you, somebody that's shitting on you, somebody that's making life hard for you, somebody who doesn't seem to care about you, somebody who puts no time, effort, or shows you any gratitude or shows any real interest in you, somebody who never had your true interest at heart, dealing with you. Why would you give them credit? Fuck them. Yeah, I mean, seriously. TK right says, I would have been surprised if they would have convicted him. You'd have been shocked. You wouldn't even know. You wasn't ready for that. What happened yesterday, you were ready for. You had 4 years to mentally prepare yourself, at least 2, to mentally prepare yourself for what happened yesterday. That's why you ain't mad today. You know when the last time you have been surprised? January 6th. Like, what the fuck is this? You know when the last time you were surprised then? I'm talking about politics. On that Saturday when they announced Joe Biden as the winner of the election, like, he really did that shit? You know you ain't had no real confidence. We may have said we did, like, yo, Joe can beat this. But you ain't like, yo, there's no way that they're not going to find a way to jerk it. There's no way. Yeah, so we've had some surprises. But a lot of it, well, what we haven't had as a surprise is Sucre says it was just a distraction from Biden's first 100 days. Could be. But yeah, what hasn't been a surprise is that they're not admitting any fault, any wrong. That's not what they do. That's not what they do. They deflect. They talk about what the Democrats have done wrong. How they wasn't representing, that kind of shit. That kind of shit. That kind of shit. We about to get on up out of here, man. Even though we was a little light this morning, y'all didn't seem to be as talkative this morning, but I felt like we still had a nice little combo. We had a little something, we did a little something, did a little something, man. Boom, that bass. Everything gonna be all right though. Everything is gonna be all right, y'all. Everything will be all right. I want y'all to have a good day. I want y'all to have a great day. Let me take that back. I want y'all to have a great day. I want y'all to have a day that rivals any other February 14th. So we have some birthday shout outs to do. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are as they get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My man, Villard Delver, even though he's not on social media, that's my man. You know, we go way back, all the way back to the 1989 Penn State. And I'll never forget his birthday because his middle name, he's Haitian. He's from Haiti, of Haitian descent. He moved here when he was like 8 or 9 years old. But his name was Villard Valentine Delver. And they named him Valentine because he was born on Valentine's Day. So I never was able to forget his birthday. That's my man. Happy birthday to you. And also Diane Nixon, turning 46 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Miss Nixon. And also Vivian Barnes Perry. Happy birthday to you. And Winisha Haisha Yovika. A turning, and Misty Denise turning 41 years old today. Or is that 40? 40 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Tracy B. Jones turning 55 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Fam Vanyan Giovanni. No, Giovanni. No. Gona Vianney? I need to stop. Happy birthday to you. And Claudia Pierre Paul turning 42 years old today. And also Dana McIntyre, no relation, turning 41 years old today. And Queen Asabi. Okay. Queen Asabi, happy birthday to you. And Saintard Ervlange, happy birthday to you. And Venice Pretty Jean, happy birthday to you. Turning 26 years old today. And Margarita Guerrier, turning 26 years old. No, turning 32 years old today. And Aretha Brown, turning 41 years old today. And Chacon Micah, my man, happy birthday to you, Chacon Micah. And Wanda Singleton Bird, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, a rest in peace shout out, rest in heaven shout out to my girl, going all the way back to the 1991, Janine Anderson Hawkins. That was my peoples. I miss you a whole lot. You know, it's rough when you miss somebody that was in your crew. And, you know, up at Penn State, that was my crew. And miss the shit out of you. But I know that you're in a better place, and you know, that's one of them things that make me say fuck cancer. It ain't hard for me to say fuck cancer. She had the fuck cancer. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares his birthday on this glorious February 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, check it on out. I said, listen, check it on out. You own it, you admit it, but are you fixing it? You know, there are a lot of ways to fix a problem. Some problems can be fixed with a hello and a thank you. Some problems can be fixed with a I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, and I won't do it again. And some problems require a little bit more thought. Some problems require a little bit more action. Some problems require that you actually get in there, mean what you say what you mean, do what you say you're going to do, honor your word, get busy, show evidence, follow up, give feedback. That's what some things do. One thing that we should always remember is that a coincidence only happens one time. When somebody does something over and 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 over, that's a pattern, my friend. I said that over and over and over and over and over and over. When you listen to the end, I said it over and over and over and over and over and over. That's the system, my man. I said it over and over and over. You keep letting them get away with it if you can. But the choice is yours. The choice is yours. People will treat you how you allow yourself to be treated. You can't always go back later on and be like, but I thought that, and I felt like, and we thought that, and I was only trying to help. I said, I thought that, and you felt like, and I thought that, and we didn't go for stuff. I said, I thought that, and I felt like, and you told me that, yeah. When somebody consistently doesn't deliver for you, then fuck it then. Listen, TK, right? You said the birthday names was stumping me. It's a whole lot of French. I'm like, damn, yeah, American black people on the birthday list today. Like this shit, woo! Plus, this would have helped. Damn, it really would have. All right, I'm gonna do all the birthday shots over again. No. Yo, man, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my break and my brand news. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. I appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with me. Y'all could have been anywhere on this Valentine's Day, this February 14th, but we here. Don't slip on the ice. Don't be 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 Don't slip on the ice, y'all. And that might look a little disgusting to y'all, but y'all ain't see it when it was in its heyday. This is actually dry. It's a good look. It looked wet, but it's actually dry. I'm ready for the world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In a minute, I'm going to be gripping titties again. Ow. We good? All right. So, let me get my blog talkers on up out of here. Thanks for coming through. Give me something to hear. Peace to y'all.
Thank you for using blog.
All right. And then my Instagrammers, appreciate y'all mucho. Thanks for coming through. Sucre J2, Takizori, Stacy White, Wanda Peter, Taki. Oh, was that? No, Emily, and my girl, Miss Yvette. All right, y'all. Peace to y'all. Oh, no. There you go. And for my YouTubers, I'ma get back, holla back. I'ma see y'all on the next attack tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Y'all know how it go. Oh, if y'all didn't share the show, if you didn't push the like button, if you didn't subscribe to the channel, well, you still got a shot. Go ahead. It'll make you feel good. Go ahead. Peace, y'all. Ah.